حي على الفلاح.
The mahr is what makes the marriage true. The marriage gift is called saduqat. Now, saduqat should never be confused with sadaqat. Sadaqah is extra. You give charity. Saduqah is you confirm the marriage is actually valid. In other words, when we give mahr, that's actually the confirmation of marriage. Nihla, interesting word, is actually used for when you give a woman a gift. When you give a woman a gift out of love, out of, aspiration. And nihla could be like a romantic gift. So you're happily giving it. That's why they say nahala al-mar'ata. He gave the woman the extra gift, above and beyond. Above and beyond. Yani fadlan an al-mahr. In addition. So Allah says, give them their marriage gifts, but give them in a way that is quick and enthusiastic and out of love, that there's no ill feeling in your heart. And you know what happens? Especially in our culture, in Desi culture, and some other cultures they do this too, they go over the top and pick this ridiculous mahr amount. Because they say, that's what our daughter's worth. Our precious little princess. $50,000. $100,000. And you know when they do this? 10 minutes before the nikah is signed. Seriously? Yeah, of course. Everybody does 50,000. And then you sign up for it, and you're like, because right now, everybody's eating the biryani and the baklava already. People are waiting outside. Pressure situation. So what do? All right, 50,000. And in the mind of the husband, he's like, yeah, it's a big number. It's not like I'm going to pay it. That's what's going on in his head. It's not like I'm going to pay it. Ajil or ajil? No, ajil. Make it late. Deferred payment. The imam is asked, when are you going to pay it? Oh, ajil. We'll pay it later. Later, yani abadan. I ain't paying nothing. And every time the husband goes out with the wife, hey, you want to get some ice cream? Yeah, it counts towards your mahr though. I'm counting. It's like 25 ice creams already. It's like 49,500. It'll sour the marriage. And then she's afraid to ask. Because if she asks, he's like, what, do you not love me? Is it all about the money for you? Is that all you care about? It creates a really ugly situation inside the marriage. First of all, pick a mahr that's reasonable. Don't pick an insulting mahr like, a Twix bar. And say, well, Sahaba used to give a date for mahr, and one Sahabi actually helped another memorize a surah of the Quran. We should be like this. Those were Sahaba. When you do everything else like the Sahaba, then you quote the Sahaba, okay? So, you, my friend, are no Sahaba. You are no Sahabi. Give a reasonable, decent mahr. And I'm not a faqih. So this, what should I give? Well, first of all, this question isn't answered in fiqh except in terms of advice. And even if it is answered, the general answer is ask your conscience. If you were to die tomorrow, can she survive at least a month, 2 months, 3 months without you being around? Can she pay the rent? Can she pay the utility bills? Can she get the groceries? Can she survive a year without you? Can she do that? The mahr is supposed to be a kind of security feature. That's what it's supposed to be. Some kind of, living security. So, have a decent amount. Have something. If you have nothing to offer and she's not asking for anything, ala rasi wal ayn, no problem. Twix bar, one for you, one for me, we're done. But it is supposed to be something that's decent. Something that's fair. And neither side feels shortchanged. And girls also, they should be smart about this. They shouldn't be like, I love you so much, I don't want anything. No. That's going to change in about 2 years. Should have asked for more. I knew it. So, don't put yourself in that position. And I know you feel shy to ask, but look, it's a fair transaction. And you have to be happy with it. Don't let your parents dictate it either, $80,000 and, we want a yacht or... Actually, it was the best. There was this one family. They didn't even know how to pronounce it, but they were like, we want a yachet for our children. I was like, you're gonna get it. Get your yachet. But anyhow, but when you give women their dowry, give them happily. Give them happily. And don't try to, فَإِن طِبْنَ لَكُمْ, and don't just say, hey woman, I know I said 10,000, but can you do with 5? I'm going through a hard time right now and everything. You know what I do? do I not do enough for you? And you're trying to emotionally like manipulate her into saying, okay, fine, 5. Okay, less. Okay, give me later. You can't do that stuff. Nihlatan, you have to give it. فَإِن طِبْنَ لَكُمْ, and if out of their own goodwill they give to you. طِبْنَ لَكُمْ عَن نَفْسٍ. From there, and طِبْنَ by itself is عن نفس. But Allah added عن نفس. So the impulse to give you a refund, you gave her the mahar ice cream, she says, okay, then you can have a lick. Okay, here. You don't even look at it. You don't even look at it. You don't say, oh, I'm so hungry right now. You don't do that. You don't even give the impression. And she, out of her own goodwill, with no impression from you, no influence from you, hands you something, then don't make it a matter of your manhood. No, woman, I ain't touching your money. Don't do that. Because Allah says, فَكُلُوهُ, then you can eat it. And how should you eat it? هَنِيئًا. هَنِيئًا or هَنِيئًا. الْهَنْ. Ha, nun, hamza. That's the masdar. Han'un. Okay? It's something that comes your way without effort. And it's a gift. And hani at-ta'am means food that goes down easy. And you know how in English you say, man, that hit the spot. That's hani. In other words, eat it and be like, thanks. That feels kind of good. So you give her a monthly, let's say you set up a monthly thing, you give her 1,000 a month for X number of years or X number of months or whatever it is. And you give her 1,000 and she says, here's $5 back. Go get yourself some chocolate. Go. Say, thank you, ma'am. You don't look at the rest of the bills. You just be happy about it. And then mari'a. Mari'a comes from mari'. Mari' is literally the canal that goes from your mouth or your throat to your stomach. That's mari'. Mara'at ta'am actually means the food went down easy. لِلْرِجَالِ نَصِيبٌ. For men, especially, even for men, there's going to be a portion. مِمَّا تَرَكَ الْوَالِدَانِ. From what both parents left behind. وَالْأَقْرَبُونَ. And what the closest relatives left behind. وَلِلنِّسَاءِ. This is revolution in Arab world. This is a revolution in the Arab world when these ayat came down. وَلِلنِّسَاءِ. And even for women, نَصِيبٌ. There's going to be a portion. مِمَّا تَرَكَ الْوَالِدَانِ وَالْأَقْرَبُونَ. From what parents and close relatives left behind. You know why this was a revolution? Women themselves were considered property. In much of Arabia, not all of it, but in much of Arabia, they themselves were considered property. I told you before, they used to, when the father would die, the son in some cases would actually inherit the other wives of the father. It was a disgusting practice called maqt. Maqtan wa sa'a sabila. Okay? وَلَا تَنْكِحُوا مَا نَكَحَ أَبَاؤُكُم مِنَ النِّسَاءِ. You know? And then Allah says, إِنَّهُ كَانَ مَقْتًا فَحِشَةً وَمَقْتًا وَسَاءَ سَبِيلًا. Anyhow, so now women have a set right in inheritance. They have a right to property ownership. They have these kinds of civil rights. These civil rights came to the West early on or later? They came way later. This was completely revolutionary for its time. What's funny is now you turn around and say Islam is unfair to women. Islam was fair to women at a time when where people would have complained Islam gives too much to women. It's all a matter of what age you live in. If somebody, the kuffar, heard these ayat and their complaint against Islam was, why is it favoring women so much? You turn the clock a little and now you come to the point and people complain, why doesn't Islam give women anything? وَلِلنِّسَاءِ نَصِيبٌ مِمَّا تَرَكَ الْوَالِدَانِ وَالْأَقْرَبُونَ. Women also have a portion, a good portion. Nasib is something you find with a marking on it. So it's set for you. It's a set portion of what both parents and close relatives left behind. مِمَّا قَلَّ مِنْهُ أَوْ كَثُرٍ. From what may be little out of it, or maybe a lot. نَصِيبًا مَفْرُوضًا. It is a portion that has been mandated. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. If you enjoyed this video, please do share it with friends and family. If you want to see more videos from this series, click on the box at the top. If you want to see other videos, click on the box at the bottom. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Thanks.